What's good, YouTube? LarryTCG here, bringing you a Miraidon EX deck profile. So, let's get going. So I play 3 copies of Miraidon EX. It's mainly here for its tandem immune ability, which allows you to search a deck for 2 basic lightning Pokemon and bench them. Then you shuffle your deck afterwards. It just sets up your entire bench. Of a single Miraidon, you can get 4 Pokemon, which is crazy. And its attack is really, really good as well. So it does 220 damage, but you can't attack next turn. We're wasted above the damage as well, of course. So to help with Miraidon, I do play a full regular EV. It's mainly here for decks such as Lost Box. With its Lightning Wall attack, it takes 100 less damage from any attacks, so it means Cramorant is doing 10 damage. Most V-Star Pokemon, or most Pokemon, really can't knock this out because it effectively has 300 HP, which is huge in this format. So it's just really amazing. It's just an amazing card. That's all I can really say. And then its evolution, Rage Lake VMAX, mainly here for its transistor ability, which allows your basic lightning Pokemon to do 30 extra damage. So this means this has 130, which hits all the key numbers to knock out every single Lost Box Pokemon, except for the EXs that's played there. It also means you can KO a lot of the stage 2s in the format that are basic, such as Gardevoir and Gallade. So yeah, overall an amazing card. To help against certain matchups, I do play a 1 Flying Pikachu. Thundershock can't come up. You could paralyze a Pokemon. That could win you the game, but mainly here for Pikachu VMAX. With its Max Balloon attack, it's unaffected by attacks of your opponent's basic Pokemon. So Lost Box can have a pretty hard time with this. The only card I can really hit this is Sableye. So if you can establish this early enough against decks, like I said, like Lost Box, it's just an amazing wall. Regis can't do anything because Regis won't simply be able to get through this card. There's a couple of other decks that struggle really, really hard with Flying Pikachu. The biggest one is Lugia. Lugia is the biggest problem for this deck because of its single attackers. Stonjourner hits for weakness and KOs everything here. You have to be wary though, because your opponent could escape rope, boss this up, and hit with a Raikou to take the KO. So it's not a guaranteed win. It's not what it was last format, but it's still really, really strong. To help with going second, I do play 1 Raikou V. Its Fleet Foot ability allows you to draw 1 card, which is solid. And then its Lightning Rondo for 2 Lightning Energy does 20 plus 20 for every benched Pokemon, yours and your opponent's. So this could be used very early to take early KOs. You can accelerate energy to the bench. Then Miraidon can search this out. So it's pretty consistent to get it. All you have to do is attach 1 energy and then hope to hit 1 energy from top 5 cards of a deck with an item card I'll be showing you later. I still do respect Mew, so I do play the 1 Drapion. Drapion plus Sky Seal Stones 4 prizes, making the matchup very easy. All you have to do is take 1 KO on a Genesect, which you can take with the Raikou, the Miraidon, the Flying Pikachu. Sometimes maybe, don't know how the game could go, but yeah, you just take the 1 prize card, Sky Seal Stone, boss, you win the game. And then this deck struggles a lot with draw power, so I do play the 1 Radiant Greninja. Discard an energy cards from your hand, drawing 2. Well, why would you say no to that, right? Moving on to items, I play 4 Electric Generators. So this is the card I was talking about earlier. This basically is how this deck gets energy going. Look at top 5 cards of a deck, attach up to 2 basic lightning energies, not Pokemon, sorry. You find in there to your bench lightning Pokemon anywhere you like, shuffle the cards back into your deck. So yeah, Electric Generators, if you can hit 1 on average, that's really good. Hitting 1 means this can attack. If you hit 2 and you're a god, then this deck is just crazy. The amount of stuff you can do is insane. But yeah, very RNG card. I do play 14 energies to hope to hit 1 to 2. If you play high energy counts, you could just end up opening up all energies and nothing else, which just could break you up. So hopefully this is enough. Then I play 4 Nest Ball. I really want to find the Miraidon, and I really want to find the Greninja. And sometimes the Drapion, since the Miraidon can't search the Drapion. Well, it can't search any of these 2 really. But I can search the rest of the deck. So as long as in the early game you can get 1 to Miraidon, then you can just use this later to discard. Maybe using this to get a Greninja, like I said, or maybe sometimes you don't open up the Miraidon. Having 4 Nest Ball means you can open up to get going a lot quicker. To search for evolutions, I do play 2 Ultra Ball. It's literally pretty much mainly here just to find a Regieleki, sometimes a Pikachu. So having 2 Ultra Balls for 4 targets, you do play a lot of like draw supporters. Well, this deck still struggles with consistency, but you do have the draw power of Greninja as well. All you realistically need to do is search for 1, You could Arven to hit one as well, so you can guarantee search for these. So that's pretty good. I do play 2 escape ropes just to help pivot sometimes. You could get this stuck inactive. You may not have the energy to attach to attack. Sometimes you may not have the boss's orders, and your opponent gives you a Pokemon you don't want to take care on, so you can just escape rope, bring up something else. Oh, your opponent gives you something else, but most times it's going to be a lot better than what was inactive, but just taking a KO. I do play 1 energy recycler since I do play the Greninja. So the idea is you can go as ham as you want pretty much with all your researches or your draw cards or your discarding cards and energy recycle energies back to allow for Electric Generator to have a higher chance to hit later into the game. Yeah, XP share is here for the exact same reason. You just attach this to an X attacker. When your attacker gets KO'd, XP share will just means that you're going to move the energy from the KO'd Pokemon to the bench Pokemon this card's attached to. So effectively, you are attaching 1 energy during your opponent's turn, which is pretty solid. I do play 1 Sky Seal Stone. Other can search this. This searches every single card in the deck. You would just attach this like a Regieleki, so you can search for whatever you want. And because I only play 3 Regielekis, I do play 1 Choice Belt to allow you to hit 340, which would mean you can KO some of the biggest EXs in the format right now. I'm pretty sure the biggest EX in the format right now is 340, so that means you do have the possibility of taking that KO. For Stadium of Choice, I do play Beach Court. You have to play counter stadiums. Path to the Peak shuts this deck down insanely. It kills off Miraidon, kills off Regieleki, kills off Greninja, kills off the Raikou, kills off the what's his face, Drapion. So you need to have counter stadiums. This also does help you pivot, so it means if you open up any of these Pokemon, Beach Court just allows you to retreat them for free, which means you don't have to waste attaching your energies to Pokemon you don't want to attach energies to. Moving on to supporters, I do play 4 Professor Juniper as Professor's Research. Like I said, this deck struggles consistency. You have to get going. You have to play supporters that let you draw. This is the best supporter we have right now. Discarding hand, drawing 7. You can never go wrong. The only bad thing is you could discard the Regieleki VMAXs or the Flying Pikachu. But it's a risk you have to take to get going. Sometimes just discarding these cards and kind of attacking with other things could still lead you to winning the game. For some disruption, I do play 2 Judge. Mainly here for Lost Box. Lost Box is still a tough matchup, despite the fact we do play the Flying Pikachu, or we do play Regieleki V. Sometimes they can just get going super fast, and then you can't really do too much about it. Being able to judge them, to stop them, is solid. There's other decks as well. They kind of you don't want them to build up a huge hand, so Judge is super good in that as well. Then 2 copies of a new card, Arven. So Arven searches your deck for an item card and a tool card. So it searches you for any of these, and then it searches you for the tool cards, which are these 3. Arven basically says during your first turn of the game, you can search any of the items plus Forest Seal Stone, and Forest Seal Stone gets you anything you want. So you could get double electricity generator turn 1 if you're going second. So you can guarantee a Raikou KO. Well, almost guarantee a Raikou KO. You kind of hope to hit at least 1 energy off 2 generators, which is not the craziest of things, but you could get super unlucky. Then we do play some gusting options. So I do play 2 Serena. Pokemon V is still super popular. Worst comes to us, this is still a discard 3 drop to 5. And I do play 2 Boss's Orders. This deck really wants to be taking key KOs. You want to be making sure that the KOs you're taking are good for your prize mapping. You don't want to be taking random KOs on 1 prizes, which would mean you have to take extra KOs. So being able to target down key cards your opponent controls, and be able to do 310 damage with a Miraidon to KO the card straight away is really, really solid. And to round things up, I do play 11 Lightning Energies. Oh no, 11. 14 Lightning Energies, sorry. So 14 is kind of the number I found where you don't break on too many energies. Hitting relatively consistently with Electric Generator. I am very unlucky with this deck. Every time I played it, I've only hit Electric Generator once. My friend played this list and he's been hitting every single one of them. So I don't know what to say. It might just be my luck. Maybe I should play high energy count, but for the moment, this is kind of what I'm sticking to. This deck is, I feel like a tier 2 deck. It doesn't have the power like God of War to deal with certain decks. It's a little bit too bricky for now, but Miraidon's an insane card. Later down the format, later down, well, let's say a couple of sets, we could get some really strong lightning Pokemon, and this deck could just rise to the top. This card is insane. So that's pretty much that. You can play a Fluffy engine as well. That's another thing I've been considering, playing a Fluffy engine with a Raichu. So playing 4 Fluffies, so you can accelerate energies from discard pile to concentrate more on playing a deck that accelerates energies from discard, powering up your Raichu. Then your Raichu will be able to attach 4 cards, doing 60 for every single one, so doing 240. If you can manually attach it, doing 300, which is pretty crazy. With that strategy as well, you can play Path to the Peak pretty safely, since Path to the Peak only affects your Miraidon, which would only affect you when you first start the game, when you're first starting up, so it's setting up, sorry. But outside of that, it wouldn't affect you at all. And then playing a very heavy judge count, so you can path judge your opponent. It's pretty much the same as Path Roxanne from last format. So that's pretty much that, yeah. If you want to follow my socials, the link will be down below. If you like any of the deck, if you like the deck profile, if you like any of them, but that other deck profiles, a like will be appreciated, a follow will be appreciated. And yeah, help me to improve making deck profiles. Is kind of what I want to start doing for now. I want to move on to other forms of content as well, but for now, deck profiles is one I stick to. This is what I like doing the most. And yeah, keep your eyes peeled for the next video. See ya.